Oftentimes we envy those people that are richer than us, that are way, way richer than us. But we haven't asked ourselves, what do they really have that we don't have? Aside being fetish and being dogmatic about certain things, we always give them a random or rumors answers that maybe they are into drugs or cults or they are into ritual doings. But majority of them aren't into ritual dealings, apart from those people that are closer to those anything illegal. Those people that are doing those that are that are legal in this world, their most mode of approach towards attaining their goals are quite different from us. They always sit themselves down to plan something that they desire to achieve. And by planning that something that they desire to achieve, they plan towards it. So for them to now plan towards it, they have to be focused. And if they are focused that I want to achieve this thing, I wish to achieve, let's say I wish to build an house in 2025. Now, that is the desire. Then they will not get to a goal. The goal, they will not get to a focus. They have to be focused that in this time being, I want to plan myself, whatever I am earning, I have to extract a traction, what's it called, a budget towards achieving this thing. To achieve, let's say, I want to build a house, and the house will worth, let's say, 20 million naira. So how do I achieve 20 million naira without being fantasizing anything? The first thing is that I have to plan that, oh, in 2020, let's just give a actual scenario. We are in 2025 and I want to build a house in 2030. Now, first thing first is that, can I really raise the amount to build a house in 2030? How much do I intend to build a house in 2030? I have to build a house with 20 million naira. For financially wise people, they will think, okay, they will tell themselves, we are in 2025. In 2030, the cost of things would have risen to, let's say, an average of 50%. So whatever I am using 20 million to do now, I'll have to make sure that I'm planning towards 30 million naira to be able to achieve it. That's just a speculation. It varies. So they not plan themselves towards that 30 towards that 5 years of achieving that money. So they will say, okay, how long will it take to build that house? Let's say within a year or a few months. So if it's within a year, they will have to start building that house around 2029. And for you to start building that house in 2029, you have to plan buying the land before then, or you could have actually gotten the land. So you have to get your developmental plan for some states in Nigeria. So getting those developmental plan and planning those things will have to come before building the house, so that you won't have any disruption while building the house. So you have to get your developmental plan to be approved before you can start it. Then that means you are already planning that year. So 2030 is the actualization date. 2029 is for some other preparation. So you have 3 years and few months to plan how you are going to raise the 20 million naira, which with what's it called, inflation, which is 10 million naira, making 30 million naira towards 2030. Now, you're already running a business, you're earning certain money, maybe 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. So you plan a particular fraction of the money, a particular percentage of the money towards building this building. Now, let's say you earn 1 million naira every month. In 12 months, you earn 12 million naira after overhead and operational costs. That means your net profit is 1 million naira every month. So in 2 years, you can make 24 million naira, but you have to pay for your tax. So you have to deduct your tax. And if you are spending for your household to run your own lifestyle, you have to deduct that one from the money. Let's say after deducting your monthly tax or your yearly tax, your your immediate expenses and some other expenses that may deem fit, you are now arrive at, let's say, 500,000 naira. So in a year, you raise 6 million naira, right? Because you're saving 500,000 naira every week. So by raising that 500,000 naira, you have to be very, very true with yourself and being factual with yourself that you are going to raise this 500,000 naira every month for the next 3.5 years, 3 years, 2 months rather. So every year ends, you already saved 500,000 every year, and that's 6 million naira. In the following year, making 12 million naira. That's in 2025, 6 million naira. 2026, making 12 million naira. 2027, making 18 million naira. Why 2028 making 20 million naira in the first 2 months, and now you're already having 20 million naira. Then you now can now raise another 10 million naira towards the due date of starting your business. So then in 2028, where you've already saved up 20 million naira. In 2028, in March 2028, you start saving another set of 500,000 naira again for inflation effects towards it, and you calculate your inflation rate as at that time. Maybe it's still within the 50% calculation from your initial date of 2025. Every month you save 500,000 naira. So in another 6 months, in another 1 year, in a year time, it will become, in 6 month time, it will become 6 million naira. That's the ending of 2088. You already save another 6 million naira extra, making, okay, it's even more than making 20 in 600,000 naira, 500,000 naira in the remaining 10 months after, in from March to December 2028. You receive 500,000 naira. That's 5 million naira, making many 5 million naira. So in 2029, where you're going to start your developmental plan and approval, you save the remaining 5 million naira towards December. By planning towards that December and tracking your expense, your savings, to actually make that 30 million naira in what's it called, on ground, saved into the reserve account. Before the October 2024, you gotten your approvement, or let's say in that October, by October you already saved up to the 30 million naira. So within October, November, December, you can have plans towards your approvement plan, your developmental plan, whatever, those things that can hinder your progress towards achieving that goal. You plan it, and by the ending of 2029, you already have your 30 million naira. You've done your developmental plan and been approved. So in 2030, you start the building. So in 6 month time, which is 6 months into 2030, by June, July, or let's say any issue erupt before December that 2030, you would have actually actualized the building of the building. And by so doing, you already achieve your goal. So plan towards this. That is what I just explained now, is just being focused. And by being focused is thinking that if I do this and this and this, it will actually get to this point where I'll be able to build a house in 2030. And before I can even start saving 500,000 naira every month for the next 4 years to be able to actualize 30 million naira, I'll have to save up 500,000 naira every month without any hindrance, without any my brother, my daddy, my uncle needs the money urgently, and so. Those things are discipline, that regardless of whatever come what may, I'll always save 500,000 naira every month. That is discipline. So anybody that wishes to actualize their dreams in life have to be disciplined towards attaining that goal. Discipline, focus, desire. They work and when you know what you're doing and you do it diligently, meticulously, and with your level of strong discipline towards actualizing that goal. By so doing, you already actualize your goal and you are now good to go. So to actually plan another thing. So discipline is very, very crucial.